against Ding Junhui. And then he had to pull himself out of a bit of a hole against Mark Allen, but in the second half of that match was superb. And John Higgins, of course. It seems, Neil, they enjoy playing each other, but clearly Trump's enjoyed it more the last few years.
It was a real prominence of Judd, wasn't it, in 2011? When he, having won the China Open, was beaten by... And for long periods of John Higgins' victory over Xiao Jintong, he was not the better player, has to be said, at the end. And you kind of know that he's always going to do that. So I think the deeper the match goes for the 4 times world champion.
13.
I think Judd's playing now. Really, it's getting the cue through at great speed.
21.
Vice champion 2019, 2023. So looking to become the 7th player, as Higgins is actually, to complete.
The bunch would be a little thick.
29.
And I don't know. It's not worked out, right? He's only got this long one. Wow, that rolled, I think. That wasn't in. He knows the roll.
Judd 37.
I didn't know a pot attempted there.
Didn't get tight to the black, did he, Trump? So Higgins wasn't in.
Well, I'll tell you what, he'd be happy with that. I know there's a red that might go to right. And block that other red off. Yeah, that's the shot he's played. It seemed a very safe option.
Six. $14.
It's a pretty good shot, though, isn't it, in recovery? Bottom red goes.
Ooh, and he doesn't take it.
One.
Clear up and win a frame that he probably shouldn't have done. But to miss the first red is always an annoyance. Too early for John to be concerned, but there was a chance.
9.
Yeah, it's 51 years ago today. It was the first Masters. John Spencer and Ray Reardon, the two greats of the 70s, went down to a respot that both of these players already are a part of. You just get the feeling he's going to have a really good last few months of the season.
32.
Yeah, I mean, it's a new beginning, isn't it, for him? I mean, we're barking mad, but somehow he didn't.
So Higgins did have the half chance. Missed the red initially. 31 years ago, he got to the final that year. It was a little teenage affair with Ronnie O'Sullivan. But in this match, she's the oldest Masters semi-finalist.
But your eyes are drawn to it, thinking, well, had he missed the pot? And he...
Nine.
He does appear to be more confident.
17. $25. 33.
Just got to negotiate the bulk colours here, up and down. Back for the red. Yeah, just doing so with just a trace of right-hand side on that shot.
39.
Judd's break building is a little different to some of the other players. If you hadn't seen him play all these break builder with cue ball control, is that going? No, that's going up as well.
Four.
Well, I was a little surprised Judd put him back in there. Well, straight away he knew he'd made a mistake. I heard like a tutting noise. He knew that he'd hit that much too thick. Well, he hasn't got a shot right yet in this match as John Higgins, having made a couple of errors. But John is going to have to come to the party soon. It's all about what lead you've got. And, you know, with a 50-point lead, you don't want to be disturbing the black ball from there.
4.
And stirring up a hornet's nest. You might be right. He had options, didn't he, at the other end of the table, I think. That's the key. You might be right. He had options, didn't he, at the... So it's one-way traffic.
Key thing, though, as you say, is that whatever mistakes Trump's made have gone unpunished. Early days, yes, but he'll want to get involved soon. We know how confident Judd Trump can be as a front runner.
Let's see what he does.
Foul. Judd Trump. 19. John Higgins. 5. Frame conceded. Judd Trump.
Well, he's had enough. So, a bit of a nightmare start for... So, Trump to break in frame 3, leading 2-0. Against Barry Hawkins. Yeah, and that's more like it.
Red from this yellow to middle. Very nice, coolly done.
Four.
Well, all 4 shots of the break have been testers so far.
So good safety shot that. A little bit of this red sticking out. Oh, what a shot that is. Never mind the gap. What an amazing shot that was. I mean, that is the sign of an extremely aggressive, confident Judd Trump, because big moments, I think. If he gets this frame one,
$17.
well, play just kiss the red above here. Yeah. Bringing that red.
25. $33. 41. $49.
I'm not sure if there's any sort of a plant there, but judging by that shot, he's looking to this one. No, well, that's never going to be anything but in. Giving John a glimmer. Typical Trump shot again, you know, it was on, yes, but
He's coming.
Judd Trump. 1. Foul. Miss.
Well, the worst result, really.
Judd Trump.
do you know, it looked for all the world he was going to hit the black there.
Ooh, it's not in. It's not in.
I think it's virtually impossible because the pink is not going to be moved. I don't know how this is going to help him. I don't know how this is going to help him. Great shot. So one snooker, at least, gives him hope. One. Play with right-hand side, check side.
Superb.
Judd was all over him like a rash. He's trying to compete. That's not going to do the job, though. It was a terrific escape from Trump, that. Tie. And that's one way to take some danger away. Take the play it. Just wants to hit the red, of course. Set himself up for missing it. I'm surprised he didn't play the swerve there, you know.
One.
Well, he had that bit of reverse side on, didn't he? Bottom right-hand side of the cue ball. Well, the fan who said get in, get to a respot. I don't think this is as good as it might have been from John.
Very different frame to
Goodness. Well, he tried to hit the underside of it, but in screwing it, it just veered off.
missed. But in goes the yellow. Higgins has battled here, but the numbers for him are not good.
Five.
Yes, he made so sure with the yellow, screwing it in, that the green was not straightforward, but now...
John 5, 21st frame.
Yeah, John Higgins remains in his seat, 31. Last frame before the interval.
Yeah, I mean... Clearly, John is the one with the more questions to answer, but Judd will be looking to press on from here. played very well yet. Well, that's not.
One.
Well, a surprise.
Well, a bit of a sigh from Higgins there.
But he'll be aware of one thing. One or two shots, or one or two. And that is where, you know, the great Steve Davis was. Well,
Nil in the final.
Five.
That UK final in the end was close. He's missed that. That wasn't close. Wow.
Judge on 12. One.
just about made it.
Eight.
If he's on the black, that is a really good shot, actually.
$16.
To them here, I think the angle's too wide. No, it isn't too wide, but of course, from the red, I mean, it now looks the wrong shot, doesn't it? 41-point lead. It might just be in his interest to do that, and that's what he has done.
Judge on 24. One.
Well, that's better from John. Still.
Came out to
16. $24. $31.
Right, he'll play. Then after that, of course, he's back in the frame, but
38.
maybe he'll cannon the green out, or attempt to. That's what he tried to do, move the other red.
Judd, 1.
Played it well. That's really good from Higgins. Way of playing it, this is. Yeah, I mean, you're pushing.
One.
Can he play the.
Well, I forgot to pop the yellow.
Judd, 6.
Performed.
2. 5.
He could easily have won this frame. Higgins desperately needs this, though.
9.
When they return after the interval. Because at 4-0 you feel you're probably done. But 3-1, not so. John Higgins finally on the scoreboard. It's been a struggle. Everyone settles down for the second half of this match. Just a reminder, the head-to-head favouring Trump overall, 24 wins to 14. He's won the...
Obviously, I meant to say the yellow, but he's managed it anyway. So John Higgins is going to have to come out a different player from here.
Level sort of coming down as the match went on.
12.
He might feel it's not possible to get on the black.
20.
If it's to go to the extreme left jaw, the red might be in the way, but otherwise not so.
$28.
It felt in that fourth frame as if Judd was just waiting to be pushed, but maybe that wait is over because John looks
41. 42.
Now that is beautifully played.
$56. 64.
Yeah,
64.
yeah. But it's how he's won the frame that's significant. He's won it in one visit. Got in with a great red, good yellow to follow. He's kept it going superbly.
71.
We have a match on our hands now. Neil Robertson last night went second on the overall list of centuries, although still a long way behind Ronnie O'Sullivan.
In playing this shot.
87.
Yeah, I mean, this is upped the level for both players, actually, because Judd was not doing this. As Dave said, the opening red was good.
93.
Well, to the bottom pocket rather than the middle, he might have been.
99.
Well, he needed to improve. My word, he's done that. What a frame this has been from John Higgins. The 21st century of this year's Masters. And what an important one. Misses the yellow, but what a great frame from the Scot. 104, the break. The first century of semi-final Saturday here at the Masters in London. John Higgins from 3-0 down, trailing just 3-2.
One.
Not easy. Could probably get to the black, but that's the only place on the whole table. That's a mistake and a big one.
One.
It's hard to think he was ever going to get that side of the red.
John Higgins, 7.
Well, it was as played, it was no fluke. Oh, well done. Now, all of a sudden, there is a move.
Fighting, which is what he's doing.
15.
May.
23. $31. $39.
Play on red.
1.
Well, it came out of nowhere. You know, he'd worked. Now, is Judd able to...
9.
And with the red...
17.
Difficult enough. Yes, well, that's worked out pretty well, actually. It's clipping.
$31.
It was one of those, wasn't it? You couldn't have been sure. But if nothing else, it's...
44.
So yellow to blue needed. But that has focused Judd
52.
Trump's mind, hasn't it?
55. $59.
It's a good break, this,
54.
to life.
Really excellent contribution, his highest break of the afternoon and the most significant here at Alexandra Palace, frame 7 of what's been a dramatic semi-final. Trump with that really good 70 to go back to.
Foul and a miss. Shot Trump.
Well, this time, he won't be playing the same shot on attempt 3 because
Shot Trump.
he wouldn't have wanted to play that shot because it carried risks.
One.
That is a brilliant shot, and that really is.
Yeah, they're good numbers, aren't they? You know, 67% for the tournament from distance because he takes so many on Trump, so it's a very high percentage, actually.
Four.
Pink spot is visible, but
11. $17.
Best of 11. They're quite long matches, and the momentum had it for 2.5 frames, but when he missed that red in the last frame, Trump wrestled.
yes, I mean, we saw it last night, didn't we? The momentum swing from one player to another quite dramatically, in fact, today. Neil Robertson surged past him at 5-4 and then really might feel aggrieved he didn't. There's enough time for these matches to turn around, but he will need this bunch of reds open.
41.
Can't win it as the balls stand. It's a very dangerous shot to play into a bulk colour. Oh, in this case, the blue. Oh, it's,
$55.
well, it's, well, it's, 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 it's,
Judge on 46.
He's unlucky, but every now and then Judd plays a shot and it sounds like a miscue. So something of a lifeline here, John Higgins, in a frame that seemed to avoid it. There's that strange sound again. Getting back into this frame.
One.
The red over the middle is back up.
7.
I don't think he's got the angle, I think. Now with the pink going back on there, I think it's going to have to be the two. Played it great. Brilliant shot.
John Higgins. 9.
Nice flick on the green, but how about that? How about
Well, out of absolutely nowhere, what a chance.
7.
Yeah, we saw earlier in the week that down that cushion they're going in.
23.
Wow, this is terrific. I mean, the first round.
35.
But since the interval has been much better. Doesn't feel like Trump's done a lot wrong here. How many of these frames has he won down the years? From behind, balls. Standing up to the pressure. 4-3. John Higgins refusing to go away. Judd. Wow, this could be in. What a fluke that is.
So he might be thinking it's kind of on as even. But even then, it seemed a big fluke.
Trump, though, unable to ultimately make the most of it.
6. 1. Seven.
He's got one to middle.
15.
Nicely played.
$21.
So it feels like maybe
$24. $29.
Yeah, it's one of those cannons. He's not playing the cannon to develop anything, just to hold the cue ball.
37. $44. 51.
You know, he's pegged this match right back. A lot of effort being put into these shots from him.
57.
Well, he's just gone fractionally too far, but I think it's not.
would you believe it? Would you believe it? So a glimmer for Trump, 56 in it, 59 on.
I think John Higgins thought that was in, that red. You know, it did look in. I thought it was going to go in off the jaw, in between the reds, I think. Yeah, played it with right hand running side. I mean, he'd love to disturb the two reds here if he could. I'm not sure if that's possible.
Nine.
With the downside of being awkward, you can't afford to take low-value colours. Go too far here.
$17.
And this is the match, isn't it, in a way? I know it at 5-3, it's end of previous frames.
23.
And the yellow, I believe, passes the brown.
I mean, you're not going to want to miss a ball.
Oh, he's played that well. A lot of room there. And as you saw, it went. And now the clearance is, well, it's really on now. 9 out of 10, maybe?
35.
Goes in, simple as that.
39.
And that is absolutely perfect.
$44.
That's okay for a left-hander to be just a fraction high on the pink.
Higgins was starting to play his best snooker of the match.
50.
But that one missed. Huge clearance from the world number one. He's holding Higgins at arm's length. That's got to be so tough. Clearance. He needs one more to reach a third Masters final.
Yes. I mean, John was poor from 3-1, and the frames. Not dissimilar to the way that last.
One. Seven.
Might have been hoping to just get.
13. Nineteen.
Well, making do with the reds and blues currently. Frames can have a habit of taking the same patterns if you're not careful in a match.
25.
But he can only do what he can do. You could just sense it was happening. Just about to
John Higgins.
say that you could feel that. Well, that is where Judd is so strong, though. You know,
8. $11.
yeah, you see, that's why he took his time. He didn't like it. He didn't.
John. 14.
That's a good cue ball. This cue ball is racing down the table. The red and the black, your eyes are immediately drawn to, thinking, well,
Nine.
and that's what we say about being too straight on a shot. You just can't manoeuvre the cue ball anywhere.
Shot John. 15.
That you could miss altogether.
Foul in the miss. John Higgins, 4.
Well, no. Same outcome, but the 3 strikes rule won't
John
apply.
Higgins.
Colour down towards the reds. Oh, that's played well.
Six.
It's one of those shots where you know you're hitting the other red and it is a
John
bit of a
Higgins,
distraction.
12.
Great shot. But now... too big, turned out.
To within 1.
One.
Yeah. Well, is there a gap? And it's a poor shot anyway. Out of nowhere, a real chance to win the match has turned up because he didn't want to foul the green with his waistcoat.
Thanks.
You feel this is the last piece of the jigsaw. It really is.
$13.
A couple of real close frames have gone against him. And this one's not over. This one is not done. Wow. What a reprieve. So he's going to need the blue here to be 14 in front with 13 on. The match really dramatic afternoon it's turned into. He's still in there fighting. Been a nerve shredder the last hour or so. One thing in this match, Trump hasn't really at any point sort of got in early and
Bit of a speculative plant to middle there, but with no real... Well, they'll be horrified. Horrified. the pink, I think, has gone.
$18.
But he's had one recovery when he knocked in that red to left middle at an acute angle. You know, he wants to avoid.
Sea of faces there in the background watching on. They'll certainly get to the alley pally.
30.
Guaranteed to see the bet.
$37.
Yes, absolutely dead straight and good cueing from John.
$44. $50.
There was that brief period, it wasn't the last season where he... But here he is. Of course, he won 2 ranking titles. All distance here this afternoon. Quite remarkable. He must have thought he was out.
57.
And he missed that green playing the cannon. In all distance here this afternoon. Quite remarkable. He must have thought he was out.
57.
And he missed that green playing the cannon. In all distance here this afternoon. Quite remarkable. He must have thought he was out.
57.
And he missed that green playing the cannon. Fair to say, their first meeting in the Masters is delivered.
64.
And yes, he goes into the decider looking the stronger last round against the world champion. Whether it's going to be for John this time, because it, for all the world,
John
looks
Higgins,
like
70.
70 though.
1.
a lot of things have got to fall into place.
9.
But if, you know, at this stage of a match, it's worth. He's definitely got to put behind him, hasn't he? That last frame, that brown that he missed. It was the last difficult shot.
17.
Anyway, cue ball in bulk here, and a chance to lay a snooker. And a free ball, and not quite a miracle, but not far short. Brown.
Chachon. 24.
Well, he came very close to it in the black, actually.
Chachon.
Valuable hit. Just falling short this time.
Foul.
It's going to be a free ball. Some might say, well, why did he play it at that speed? But I think he had to. Big target of red or black here he's trying to hit. It's a great shot. Whatever happens, that is desperate.
Judd from 4.
Well, that's a good shot from Jay. He doesn't really want the red and the black tangled up.
But he loves a double, John Higgins. So we're back to Snooker. This pink surely wins the frame. So we really are going into a decider, but full of unexpected twists and turns. I guess the most unexpected of all for Higgins, the way he played early on, 3-0 down, is that we're here now, about to go 5-all.
Foul.
They'd both be surprised we're at 5-all, but it's been that sort of afternoon. Expect the unexpected. Yeah, we saw that stat at the start there. Judd Trump hasn't won a decider this season. He's played 6, so he's played a few. Most famously, the 9-8 to Jack Lazowski in the Northern Ireland Open final. And just looking back, the last decider Trump actually won in anything meaningful was against...
And a whole barrage of 6-2s. All the usual score lines have gone out the window so far anyway. Doesn't want it to go towards the right corner. Well, that is... Where has he pulled those 2 shots out from?
Judd from 6.
How do we kind of work that out?
John Higgins.
Well, he dangled the carrot a little bit there, hasn't he? I mean... down the table.
8.
It's been a terrific crowd in here today.
One.
Yeah, it was certainly missable, but
35.
Yes, I mean, it will go up on the brown spot.
looking to deny him a third Masters final place.
43.
When are these players going to fade away? We've been saying it seemingly for over a decade.
So 44, the difference.
50.
Very solidly played, that one.
For John Higgins. And he's missed the first of them. Didn't expect that. But that's been the story of the afternoon, hasn't it?
57.
Well, he's got second prize. He played to move or go into the two reds. In the way of that. Oh, he's played it well. He's unlucky. He's unlucky. Well, that's an absolutely horrible outcome.
Well, it's a great pot, considering the pink he missed. He's not going to start celebrating yet, for sure. A long way back for Trump.
John Higgins, 1.
You could see the disappointment on Judd's face when that red went in, and understandably. You know, he looked absolutely crestfallen, didn't he, sitting there thinking about maybe some of the shots.
Well, 4 years ago, Neil Robertson got the 2 snookers in the decider against Mark Williams in the semis.
I think he got the double kiss there, actually. I think that double kissed.
What a dramatic afternoon. Maybe not the quality of Robertson-Wilson, but in terms of drama, it's been great viewing. But this is a chance now. The red. What a comeback. He's still standing at the Alexandra Palace. Judd Trump is going to be so disappointed. What an afternoon it's been. John Higgins becomes the oldest player to